Lando Norris is the winner of this year's Drivers' Championship, and this becomes his maiden championship title in Formula One. And this is something that he has waited for a while, something that every Formula One driver aspires to achieve. And one of the most interesting things is that he has done it with McLaren, or as a McLaren driver, a team that has supported his Formula One career and where he has been for quite a while. It is actually very interesting that he did not even win the race in Abu Dhabi. The race was won by Max Verstappen, who did everything right, but unfortunately winning the race was not enough for him to win the title, which he has lost to Lando by only 2 points. We can go into details trying to look at where each of the three top drivers, that is Lando, Max and Oscar, could have lost the championship in the course of the year, especially when it comes to Max or Oscar. But it is worth noting that Lando Norris has been a worthy competitor. He has deserved to win this title. And apart from some of the areas or races where he has dropped off points, this is something that probably he could have lapped a long time ago. In fact, Max Verstappen was the one who was joking that if he was driving this McLaren in 2025, he argued that if he was driving for McLaren, he could have won the title a long time ago. And of course, you'll have people who will disagree with Max on that, and others will agree with him. Because to be honest, McLaren has been the better team in 2025. In fact, to some of us, like me, I was shocked that actually this race came all the way to Abu Dhabi. This is something that should have been, lapped up quite a long time ago. But we are here. Lando Norris has won, and it is actually a very good thing that he is a world champion. And this is interesting because we are going into new regulations. So nobody knows how things will be in 2026, and him winning this particular year probably might be one of the many, or it might be a very long time before he wins again, depending again on how McLaren adapt the new regulations and how the order will be in 2026. So I want you to stick around. If you are into Formula One, if you're a person who actually enjoys Formula One or sports, you are into business and you want to become a better person at a personal level, this might be some of the conversation that you'll find in this particular YouTube channel, among other topics. And so I want to invite you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, enjoy the content that we are creating, and I hope that you are actually going to find value not only from Formula One content, but also on live lessons and business lessons that can make you become a better person and also improve your business or help you to actually make more money. Lando won the title by cumulatively getting 423 points, which were 2 points ahead of Max Verstappen, who finished in second in the standing with 421 points, and Oscar Piastri finished third with 410 points, which were 13 points behind Lando Norris. That shows you how those three were close when it came to actually fighting for the championship. And you could see it. Oscar was very thorough and was very quick during the race, because he knew anything could happen during the race. And Max Verstappen also did everything right. He led the race, he won the race, but it was not enough. And Lando did what he needed to do. He needed to finish at least in the podiums, worst case scenario in P3, and he finished P3, securing his first World Drivers' Championship in Formula One. I'm sure this is something that he will always remember, he will cherish, he will enjoy. And for all his fans, I'm sure they are actually very excited with this particular win. And we look forward to even more interesting competition going forward, because at least now we have 4 world champions on the grid. You have Lando Norris, who has now a win. You have Max Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, and of course the greatest of all times, Lewis Hamilton. So 2026 should be interesting, depending on how everything pans out. And it will also be interesting to watch how Lando Norris behaves or drives in 2026. I'm sure he probably will have a spring on his steps, but it will be interesting and hope he'll also bring competition to the rest of the grid. I'm particularly happy that Lando Norris has won the title this year. He has been able to withstand a lot of pressure. He has demonstrated to his critics that he can be able to respond when things don't go his way. And even when it was looking like he could lose the title, he did not actually lose his cool. He continued to actually remain focused on what was ahead of him. But I am sure we are also going to talk about the team and probably the mistakes that they have made in the course of the year, with probably the worst situation that has probably brought us to Abu Dhabi being the disqualification in Las Vegas. That was a team mistake. We also had a strategy call that probably was not the best in Qatar. So those are things that probably the team will also look into and probably improve going into the upcoming season. But it is good that at the end of the day, Lando Norris has been able to secure his title with McLaren, who have been good by ensuring that he had the car beneath him to ensure that he won the races that he won and ultimately won the title. There are very many life lessons and as well as business lessons that you can pick from Formula One or from Lando Norris winning the championship this year. And over the winter, we are actually going to look into some of those lessons, because the idea of actually being a Formula One fan is to be able to pick some of the good things that are going on in the sport and look at the principles that you can apply in your own life, either from having an observation or observing how drivers are carrying themselves during the season, as well as the some of the principles that team apply when it comes to actually putting together an entire season. So I want you to stick around. If you are into Formula One, if you're a person who actually enjoys Formula One or sports, you are into business and you want to become a better person at a personal level, this might be some of the conversation that you'll find in this particular YouTube channel, among other topics. And so I want to invite you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, enjoy the content that we are creating, and I hope that you are actually going to find value not only from Formula One content, but also on life lessons and business lessons that can make you become a better person and also improve your business or help you to actually make more money. And if you have enjoyed this particular video, I want you to watch the video on your screen right now. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not, and I'm going to see you in my future videos.